I am Alexander Martina Best, and we are interviewing two members of the band In the Barrel. We have Jacob Adcock and Thurman. How you pronounce your last name, sir? Felker?
Felker, yes.
Felker, thank you. Want to be sure for that. I haven't seen him in 2 years plus. Good to see you again, man.
Nice to meet you.
All right, now,
Okay.
both questions individually. Jacob, Thurman, when were you guys struck by music? I mean, when were you bewitched, corrupted, inspired, whatever word you choose? Whatever word you choose. When was this? Because we all remember when it happened for us first. We all do.
Or do you mean like? Okay, I'll say maybe like.
It can be what song inspired you, or it can be when you decided
I'll
to
say
pick
a
up an
period
instrument.
of time. I was gonna say a period of time. Basically, back when like early 2000s hip hop was going on.
Okay.
I wanted to make hip hop beats.
Okay.
You know, like T-Pain. You know, I like
Yeah.
to do T-Pain vocals and stuff like that. So that really inspired me to make music. And so I started off on FL Studios making beats,
Okay.
and then I got into guitar. But
So that was the gateway drug
yeah,
that led you to all.
making beats and
Okay.
electronic music and hip hop.
Thurman, what about you? I know your journey's a little bit different, probably.
Obviously, I was like playing music kind of for a while, maybe, but I don't think I really got really into it until I would say is when I first started listening to the Velvet Underground. So it was probably like early college for me,
Okay.
and I don't know, it might have been like 2013 or something like that.
Excellent.
So, but I didn't really get serious about getting better as a musician until a couple of years after that. But that's when I think I really fell in love with a certain thing about playing music. It's like this maybe, I don't know what it was, but I know I'm not the only one that's been inspired to play music by them. So,
Okay. And next
crazy.
question is, who are your influences? Jacob, Thurman?
well, I guess obviously the Velvet Underground.
Yeah, you already mentioned
said
them.
Dispatch, pretty big on Dispatch myself, personally. And beyond that, I feel like it kind of varies. You can't really point too much to certain things. There's a band called the Alalas that I really like, but you know, like newer bands, it's hard for me to say, oh, I really like their sound, they're influencing me. Then I hear their influences, I'm like, well, their influence are the Rolling Stones and probably Velvet Underground and some other bands that came before them.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you know, it's like if I say a newer band's been a little bit of influence, you know, I look at who's influenced them, and obviously for me as well, the Rolling Stones have always been a big impact. So,
Okay. Jacob, your influences?
They're a little more ambiguous, I guess.
Okay.
I guess they go from, you know, like all the way, like I was saying, hip hop, like early 2000s, like Akon and
Okay.
T-Pain and, you know, like 50 Cent, like, you know, all that type of stuff, all the way from Velvet Underground to David Bowie. I love David Bowie's band. I think they're one of the best instrumental bands ever.
When I heard you guys play together, I wasn't surprised because there's always a nonchalant honesty with you, or with your creative expression, and I could see that from just knowing Thurman as well as I do, and from your hip hop exposure. This makes a lot more sense. Okay.
The weird mashup.
so
with,
he's saying
same
David,
with Michael too.
He's saying David Bowie, and you know, even though David was back then too, he was influenced by Lou and the Velvets as well, and they turned around and David picked Lou up the street, out the gutter pretty much at one point, and they went out and made that Transformers album. Like David Bowie like produced that record.
I see.
Yeah, with Walk on the Wild Side and Perfect Day and all that.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was
okay.
that probably wouldn't have
That was
happened.
produced by David Bowie.
I believe
Kind of, something like that.
it wouldn't have happened without David Bowie. I know that much. I'm pretty sure he produced it.
Final round.
Great record.
Oh, well, actually, for one bonus question for you guys. Just because I'm a troublemaker. Favorite Beatle?
Favorite Beatle? I don't know if I have a favorite Beatle. I like.
You have one more that influenced you than the other.
I
Everyone
would probably
does.
say George myself.
I like George Harrison too. Yeah.
Okay.
I loved his album All Things Must Pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
Do you guys know how to cover My Guitar Gently Weeps?
I played it before.
I
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah.
I just have to relearn it. I
Oh.
can't do it right now for you.
All right, now final round. As creative entities, what do you guys want to be remembered as? Like if Rolling Stone magazine summed you up right now at the end of your career, what would you want them to say?
I would hope this wouldn't be the end of my career.
Well, no, I mean, like, okay, it's like after we already know you're a legend, you're the man, you're engaged, you've done like a few concerts, you've been around the world, like, after the whole, like you're like at Richard Waters status now. Well, how would you like to be sum up?
Who's that guy?
Pink Floyd.
I don't want to put any like description that anybody should think of me in their mind, Like,
I know.
As a forebearing, I don't know. As long as you listen to me and you enjoy what I have to say, you can say whatever you want about me. In that factor, I don't know. Thurman probably has a better answer than I do.
I mean, for me, it's like, I don't know. Think about what your aim is with music, and I don't know. I want to be
about you now, yeah.
Well, I want to be making cool stuff. I don't want to be making popular stuff. Like
sometimes
a lot of
things
popular stuff I absolutely hate.
Sometimes
so.
things popular are cool. So sometimes,
Yeah.
but rarely. You are correct.
It's
but
more
rarely.
important to be cool rather than be popular, and
Well-
like making stuff that is actually meaningful.
Yeah.
Cool can be subjective too, but we can get real deep on this one. So
I'm always big on like.
Lou Reed is based. So Lou Reed was someone who never stopped being cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's
Okay.
be real. It's cool.
Yeah, okay.
Even when he's being a total asshole, he's being cool.
He's actually in a movie too. I think I sent
Yeah.
you the clip of it.
You know, other people say stories about Louis. Yeah, he might have been a dickhead at times, but that was just him. Because at the end of the
Everyone
day,
had their
like,
days.
And final question. This is Thurman's first time at community poetry. We always do this. What are the joys of being creative?
For me, it's important to like create your own vibe in life, in a sense. Like, you have too many people, especially nowadays, that are just consuming, especially consuming like just stuff that isn't really relevant to their lives or relevant to their community.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to like support your local scene, and then also like create your own art and stuff. Don't just be consuming like whatever's on the
Be
radio.
the definition
or,
of creative would be.
yeah. I mean, that sounds, I don't know, maybe it's cliche,
out of
but
the box.
No, that's a good
I
answer.
feel like there's just too much going on.
That's
It's
a good
like,
answer.
I'd
you
say
know.
just to inspire, even the smallest amount. Because when I'm down, I like to look at things that inspire me.
Okay.
If you're feeling bad, you want someone to be able to pick you up, and that would be great for someone to listen to what I have and give them the power to get back in the, back on the horse,
Right.
as the phrase goes, I guess.
I get that. Well, that concludes our interview with Jacob Thurman from In the Barrel, the band In the Barrel. You can find them on Facebook, and I believe they'll have an Instagram page soon.
Maybe.
Okay.
Facebook for now.
Concluded. All right, guys. Thank you.